Well, this is my first time even being in Fort Wayne, and so I'm excited about being here. When I got the call to come here and support Big Brothers and Big Sisters, I was excited about that. I'm a big fan of that. I think it's important. I'm a little dumbfounded to it because I thought it was set up like uh, the Boys and Girls Club, and where you would have a facility to go and mingle with young kids, but it's totally different. Um, but the makeup is still the same in terms of dealing with, young kids and mentoring young kids. That's so important. So I think when you can get a big brother or a big sister and mentor them and try to steer them in the right direction and give them some hope that they can be successful and do things on a high level in life, that's very, very important, I think. So um, I hear there's going to be a great turnout, and a lot of people support the cause, so I think it's fantastic. I'm happy to be here, really.
The last 365 days have probably been a whirlwind for you. How would you characterize your first season as the head coach at IU?
I thought it was a good season, considering where I started with this ball club. Um, it's a great question because I tell you, when I gave this all-star speech, when I got the job and became the head coach of the Hoosiers, I couldn't get anyone to commit to stay on board. A lot of players were disgruntled for whatever reasons they were, and I had to do some damage control because I was searching after that first meeting with the team when guys didn't raise their hands to stay on board. So I went to the top. I went straight to Trace Jackson Davis and got him to commit to stay on board, and then everybody seemed to fall in line. And I needed that, being the first-time coach, here for the Hoosiers. And they gave me all they could give me. We were able to win 21 games, and I thought it was a successful run in making the tournament. So I was very pleased, and I thanked them and told them how much I loved them, and now we got to get better. That's the name of the game when you coach it.
The difference between the pro game and the college game, what you had to make, how big was it?
I don't think it was a big. I mean, the recruiting is a big deal, because you got to recruit talent in order to be better as a ball club, and it's the same way on the NBA level. I think the beauty about college and the college game, for me as a coach, it gives you more time to teach and prepare. The NBA game doesn't allow you to do that because you got 3-4 games coming at you a week, and it's just not enough time in the day to teach and prepare. You're really scrambling a lot. But in the college game, that's the beauty about it. I love to teach, and I put a good staff around me to help me with my preparation, which I love doing that as well. Putting a game plan together and hoping that the players can execute it, and if they do, more likely you win ball games. And we had our fair share of ups and downs this year with our ball club, but for the most part, it was enjoyable for me from a coaching standpoint.
When you got in a situation now where you have had the whole calendar year now, how big a difference is it than when you had walked in last year with that not a whole calendar year?
Well, it's a big difference because I've had an opportunity now to recruit some players that I think that can help our ball club. I think the big question now is Trace Jackson Davis going to come back? And, I know he's going to test the combines this week in Chicago, and then he's got until June 1st to make the decision if he's going to go pro or come back. And I'm hoping like hell he comes back, because he's a big piece to the puzzle.
How do you go about planning for a team not knowing if one of your star players is going about? How do you go about recruiting and putting the pieces together to improve off last season with that in the mix as well?
Well, again, my model's always been next man up. We got Race coming back. We got Logan, who's a young center, that's got to mature and grow into his body. and then we got the freshman Malik coming in. So, those guys got to grow up quickly. But again, it's next man up. You getting an opportunity to play off the bat. If Trace comes back, he's going to occupy a lot of minutes at that position. But hey, we got enough talent around Trace. If he doesn't come back, those guys got to step up and play. I got to coach them up.
In 1977, I'm not sure if you know, but Coach Knight spoke at this event as well. What does it mean to you to be in the same seat that he was in?
Hey, he's the greatest coach that's ever graced the college basketball floor in my mind. And if I can accomplish half the things he accomplished as a coach at Indiana, boy, I'll be a happy man. My clock is ticking, though. I got to do it awfully fast. But Coach Knight had a stellar career and as a coach, and he's there in Bloomington, and we get an opportunity to see him off and on. And I'm blessed because I played for a great college coach in Bob Knight.
You gonna tap him at all? I don't know what his health situation is, but you can tap him at all for advice or anything like that?
Well, I try to, but his health is somewhat declining a little bit, and but I know he's there in heart and spirit, and that means more to me than anything.
With the name, image, and likeness and the transfer portal as it is, those are new challenges that we've seen in the college game over the last couple of years. How do you go about navigating those, and what challenges do they present? What advantages might they present for someone at a blue blood program like IU?
Well, again, I'm not against players getting paid. I've said that numerous times. But I am against players that strictly uses the college sport just to get paid. I just think they're going about it the wrong way if they do it that way. I mean, the NIL is there to pay players money, and if they can negotiate their money, I'm happy for them. But you come to college to get an education and play basketball, if that's the sport you choose. So that, to me, is first and foremost. And if you think any other way, I don't want you on our ball club. You can go somewhere else and do your thing in that regard. But it's around, and you can't get from it. The portal, I think, changes the game, man, in terms of how you navigate your team every season, because you're going to have someone that's going to be disgruntled that wants to leave. And it's a part of it. And I tell the players, if you don't want to play for us, then you leave, and I'll find me somebody that would love to play and wear that uniform.
You mentioned this is your first time before Wayne. Thoughts?
It's been great. I mean, everywhere I've gone, it's Indiana fans, and boy, that's a big treat for me. My walk of life has been pretty good here this last day I've been here, so I'm looking forward to tonight. Is that it?
I think we're good.
Okay.